Well, hello and welcome, fellow shapers of the future. It's quite a cold day, morning. It's about 9 o'clock-ish and just arrived really. And, quick look at the sheet. Make sure everything's okay. Quick head count. Still 9. So plans for the day. Before we start, I made a mistake with the hornbeam. This is the hornbeam here, and I said that it was evergreen, and I did think at the time, I thought, not 100% on that, and yeah, definitely got that one wrong. So yeah, and this is the hornbeam. And what I was pointing out to a friend who makes spoons and carves spoons a lot is the amount of knots that are on in this particular wood, because he quite likes his knots. And that's Mark A. Cornish, so first shout out to you. But they are literally every inch, well, 2 inch, but the other side there is one as well, so there is one not even inch on the branches. I just thought I'd make an interesting shape on a spoon really, and show the beauty of those knots off a little bit. Of course, getting hold of a dead piece of this might be troublesome because it is definitely rarer than it used to be. It used to be commonplace, but there's no money in it, so people don't grow it. I'll show you the leaf. A lot like a beech leaf, but a lot more crinkly. If we compare the two, the beech leaf being on the left and the hornbeam on the right here, there is obvious differences, but the main ones, I think personally, are this isn't serrated and on the edge, or not much at all, whereas this has got a very fine serration, very fine teeth on the edge, and these grooves are actually a little bit deeper. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that, Mark. It's an impressive piece of wood, very strong, and you like your knots. I think that you would love this tree. There's often patches missing off the bark with this hornbeam. It reminds me of a hawthorn or a blackthorn, but in the shape of a tree, with the amount of knots that it's got and the way they are, the colour of it even. But it's basically a tree of it, and it hasn't got spikes. Although they're not particularly friendly, they're not as bad as hawthorn or blackthorn. So I wonder if it's in the same family and it's just a giant version of the thorns, the hawthorn, blackthorn. So yeah, hope that can help identify it for you a little bit, Mark. I shot a short, that's a difficult thing to say, I shot a short time lapse in this part last time I came, and there was a comment about the tree in the background, and that's from another person who's got a channel. Her name is Snips. I'll put up the details here. It's a shout out to you as well. You seem to be doing a rather courageous thing where you're at, with winter looming. A lot of thoughts of your direction in this coming at this time of year. stay safe, because we certainly live in different areas. Yours is a lot more rugged, rough and wild than this is, and I take my hat off to you, Snips, quite frankly, for what you're doing, and it's fascinating to watch, so go follow what I've dubbed to be called Snips. I don't know, Snips and Snaps. I think it's Bushcraft Snips and Snaps, something like that, but Snips. I'm not sure if she likes the name Snips, but I'm afraid it's kind of there now. So yeah, we're just going to walk around to the camp now. I'm in need of some hand warming. I need to hold a cup of coffee just for a bit and enjoy its warmth. And just settle in a little, because it has changed a lot since I last come, which is only a day, but it feels so different. I guess that's the way of it, and what intrigues me most about all of this. Here we have the slightly modified, it's not much, but yeah, it's stormproofed. But I just had a little bit of an adjustment last time I came. I basically squeezed the sides in a little bit more, so that the 3x3 tarp would fit over the whole of the dome on its own. And the only issue then is that it's got an open doorway, so I just used that army tarp really, pegged down and tied up to various points. It makes an effective door. That's only short-term solution. Everything's changing, evolving, growing as I come up with the ideas or get influenced by you lot into some way of doing things. This is what I love about the whole YouTube thing, is sharing ideas, sharing thoughts with people with same interests or similar interests. So it possibly looks a little bit better from this angle, but not much. I've got 2 tarps to play with still now, which gives me heaps of options. I wasn't too bothered about the tent beforehand because, well, it wasn't that cold, and I'd rather have an open plan system, or semi-open. Get a nice bit of air come through while you can, and then when winter comes you're going to have to shut yourself up a lot more, aren't you? So I'm just enjoying each week as it comes, really. Like today in the sunshine, it's actually bloody gorgeous. There is a chill in that wind because it's changed directions. So yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy the now. Time for a cup of tea. taste of spring or early summer. Missed. I found the pattern of the knots with this tree. Let's see if we can find a good example. Work very much like a spiral, which is quite interesting. And I met someone quite recently, Bushcraft Sussex. I'll have to rectify that if that's wrong. But yeah, he was making very, very nice spiral spoons. And with this knot feature, you've got a knot there, knot there, knot there, knot there, knot there, knot there, all the way down in a spiral of knots. Because there is 3 basically, from what I can tell, roughly, just over 3 per section, like here. And then that'll go to the next 3, which are there. And they're all equally spaced, relatively equally spaced. A little bit thinner up this top end, but that would end up becoming a bigger spiral, but not by much. I was just thinking that would be an interesting piece of wood to try out for you and your carving. That goes out to 2 people, Mark A. Cornish and this Bushcraft Sussex. Those come up with some stunning work as well. Both very good at what they do with wood. But this is a new wood to me, this hornbeam. It seems like it's not very popular out there anymore. It used to be prolific, absolutely everywhere, but no, there's no money in it, so people don't grow it. But keep your eyes open for it. It's also called Ironwood, and you can tell by the weight of that. That's 2 year dead at a guess. I don't know when that was cut, but there's a lot of weight in there. You can see it started to get a little bit of mould where it's laying on the floor a bit, but hasn't affected the actual wood. But I would guess this probably took a year or 2 to get that amount of mould going. Maybe more, I mean, who knows, quite frankly. This is all just guesswork. But if you count the rings, you can see there's about 10 to 12 rings there. And I've got 3 pieces of it to play with. Interestingly, it makes quite a nice sound. I might start making a little natural drum kit. And I might not, I don't know. But hey, dig those drums. Speaking of which, God, this is becoming a shout out session really, isn't it? The Drifting Spore. Love what you do, love the way you do it. So chilled, so laid back, just taking it all in this stride, leaving an open mind as you walk through your drift. It's a delight to behold, so go follow Drifting Spore as well. Oh my, I've just got so many influences at the moment that I'm getting ideas from everybody really, which is fantastic, and I'd like to thank you all for that input that you've been giving me.